Welcome to today's What Moved the Market show. I'm your host Prem. It's Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, and here is everything you need to know as the markets close for today. Indian equity markets staged a powerful comeback on Tuesday, delivering their strongest single-day performance in over 2 weeks as optimism around India-US trade negotiations and Fed rate cut expectations drove broad-based buying. The Nifty 50 surged 169.9 points, or 0.68% to close at 25,239.1, decisively breaking above the key 25,200 level that had acted as resistance. The BSE Sensex jumped 594.95 points, or 0.73%, to end at 82,380.69, registering its biggest single-day gain since early September. Bank Nifty outperformed with a robust gain of 245 points, or 0.45%, to close at 55,132.65. Market breadth was overwhelmingly positive, with over 2,400 shares advancing against just 900 declining. The Indian rupee strengthened 18 paise to close at 88.05 per dollar, hitting a one-week high as dollar weakness ahead of the Fed decision provided significant tailwinds. Today's market was powered by stellar performances across multiple sectors, with Kotak Mahindra Bank leading the charge among Nifty heavyweights, surging 2.52% after strong quarterly results and positive brokerage commentary. Larsen & Toubro jumped 2.08% on infrastructure spending optimism, while Maruti Suzuki gained 1.87% as auto stocks rallied on GST rationalization hopes and festive demand expectations. Mahindra & Mahindra and Bharti Airtel also posted impressive gains of over 1.7% each. On the flip side, the few losers were primarily from defensive sectors, with Shriram Finance declining 1.2% and Tata Consumer Products falling 0.8% as investors rotated out of defensive plays into cyclical names. The broader market significantly outperformed, with mid-cap and small-cap indices rising 0.62% and 1.1% respectively, indicating healthy risk appetite across market segments. Today's session witnessed Nifty breaking through multiple crucial technical levels that had been capping the index's upward momentum. The index opened strong at 25,118 and immediately surged past the immediate resistance of 25,150, a level that had rejected the bulls twice in recent sessions. More importantly, Nifty decisively broke above the key 25,200 zone, touching an intraday high of 25,258 before settling just below that level. This breakout above 25,200 is particularly significant, as it was the confluence of the 50-day exponential moving average and the previous swing high, making it a formidable resistance zone. The successful breach of these levels suggests the index is now positioned to test the next major resistance at 25,400 to 25,500 in the coming sessions. With today's strong breakout, the technical landscape has shifted favorably for bulls. The previous resistance at 25,200 has now become immediate support, with the next cushion at 25,150. The critical support base remains at 25,000 to 24,900 zone. On the upside, immediate resistance is now at 25,300, followed by the psychological 25,500 mark. Bank Nifty successfully reclaimed the 55,000 level and is now eyeing 55,500 as the next target. Today's rally was led by a spectacular performance across most sectors, with only FMCG and healthcare ending in red territory. Auto stocks emerged as the biggest winners, with the Nifty Auto Index surging over 2% on hopes of GST rate cuts and strong festive season demand. Realty stocks rallied nearly 2% on infrastructure spending optimism and interest rate cut expectations. Banking, capital goods, metals and telecom sectors all posted gains between 0.5 to 1.5%. The energy sector extended its winning streak to the fifth consecutive session, while textiles surged on India-US trade deal optimism. Notably, defense stocks maintained their momentum with another 0.65% gain, extending their recent outperformance. The day's positive sentiment was primarily driven by reports of productive India-US trade negotiations, with chief negotiators from both countries meeting in New Delhi for the first time since the imposition of tariffs. Market participants interpreted this as a positive signal for potential trade agreement progress. Additionally, expectations around GST rate rationalization for automobiles provided sector-specific support. The market is also positioning ahead of tomorrow's Federal Reserve decision, with a 25 basis point rate cut now fully priced in and growing speculation about the pace of future cuts. Precious metals continued their record-breaking rally on Tuesday, with gold hitting fresh all-time highs both globally and in India. Gold futures on MCX surged to a record 1,10,530 rupees per 10 grams, while internationally, gold touched $3,728 per ounce. Silver prices also reached lifetime highs, with MCX silver hitting 1,29,878 rupees per kilogram, driven by both safe haven demand and robust industrial consumption from electric vehicles and solar sectors. Crude oil remained relatively stable around $63 per barrel, supported by geopolitical tensions, but capped by demand concerns. The primary geopolitical development supporting markets was the resumption of India-US trade talks after months of tension following tariff impositions. This development has raised hopes for a potential resolution to trade disputes that have weighed on investor sentiment. Additionally, the ongoing anticipation of Fed monetary policy easing has created a favorable global liquidity environment that's benefiting emerging markets like India. Looking ahead to tomorrow's session, the Nifty's decisive breakout above 25,200 opens the door for further upside toward 25,400 to 25,500. The index needs to hold above 25,200 on any pullbacks to confirm the breakout sustainability. Bank Nifty appears well positioned to test 55,500 if it maintains above 55,000. However, with the Fed decision due tomorrow evening, expect heightened volatility in the latter part of the week. GIFT Nifty's positive bias suggests continued momentum, but traders should be prepared for potential whipsaws around the Fed announcement. Today's broad-based rally with strong breakouts suggests the market is entering a fresh upward phase, particularly if the Fed delivers as expected tomorrow. Focus on sectors showing leadership like autos, realty and banking, while the precious metals rally offers continued opportunities in gold and silver ETFs. With Nifty now above 25,200, any dips toward this level could present buying opportunities for medium-term positions. However, maintain some caution given tomorrow's Fed decision and be ready to adjust positions based on Powell's commentary about future rate cuts. Stay tuned for tomorrow morning's wrap where we'll break down the Fed's historic decision and chart the market's path forward. Send us your questions about sector rotation strategies and how to play the precious metals boom. We're here to help you capitalize on these exciting market developments.